All right, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know for today. I'm starting with tea leaf oracles and then we'll clarify with tarot. The first card that came out is the month of November. So at my time of recording this, although my readings are timeless, we are past November. So either something happened in November or something will happen in the coming November. Okay, so the month of November is significant in some way, shape, or form here. Okay, all right. Next card out is a card talking about celebration, fun, and enjoyment. Okay, so maybe you all had a lot of fun in November. Maybe November was a challenging month for you, but coming up, it's going to be more fun, more enjoyable, and full of celebrations. Okay. I know in the United States, we have a lot of holidays between November and December. So, no matter what you celebrate, if you do celebrate any of those, take it as it resonates, but that could be what it's about. It could also be just in life in general. Okay. Maybe, you all are just going to be having a more lighthearted, fun, time here coming up in your life. And, maybe, you've had a lot of difficulties or a lot of, just challenging times. Maybe things have been pretty heavy on you, maybe heavy decisions, or just a lot on your plate, okay? Stressing you out possibly, or, maybe you just feel like, you need a break, maybe, you just feel like it's just one lesson after another or one challenge after another. And it's like, oh my gosh, throw me a bone here. Like, give me a break. Okay. So Spirit is saying that you are, look forward to the future because there is going to be celebration, fun, and enjoyment coming your way. Okay. In addition to that, you will have plenty of material things. Okay. So, whether it has to do with gifts around the holidays, maybe it has to do with just abundance in general. You are going to be surrounded with plenty of 3D material type things. Okay. And then the other card that came out is something about an older woman. So you might have either a certain relationship or dealings with an older woman. So whether, you know this older woman, maybe you could have someone in mind that this could be about. Maybe this older woman, is watching you or knows of you, but, you don't know of them just yet. Whatever the case may be, there is some kind of older woman here who will either be significant in your life in one way or another in the near future. Maybe you'll meet this person, but we'll see here. All right. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what can you tell us about November? What happened or what will happen in November? Can you clarify the month of November here for us? Okay. So let's see. So we've got the World that came out. So Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio energy. It's possible you close out a cycle in November. Okay. It's also possible that you started a new cycle because the World is about cycles. So, it's, either you ended a cycle and began a new one. Maybe something had already ended in your life and something new just began in November. It is also possible that this will be coming in November in your life here coming up. Okay. So let's see, what else do we have that came out here? So we've got the Seven of Pentacles. So it looks like it's something related to maybe an investment. Maybe you planted some seeds in November. Maybe there's something that you began in November that, will take root here. And that's part of this new beginning. Okay. And for some of you, it does have to do with, ending a cycle previously. Okay, is what I'm being told. So with that, we've got Earth energy here. We also have the 10 of Swords, so air energy. So again, we have more energy of endings. So for those of you who do resonate with maybe ending a connection, with ending maybe a job, it could be anything here. It could just even be ending a mindset. Okay. It was something that was very difficult for you though. Okay. It was very difficult. It was very challenging and it was heartbreaking. Okay. Whatever this ending was, and it's possible that maybe this ending is coming up in November for some of you. I'm feeling for the majority of you, it is something that, you know, it happened previously in November. But for those of you who don't resonate with anything really happening in November, you know, and maybe it's just that you were recognizing that this had happened. And, you know, you kind of came to grips with things in November, possibly, you know, especially if it happened prior to that. But November was a significant month for some of you. Maybe some of you have, you know, like I said, finally gotten over this 10 of Swords. You know, maybe you ended some sort of cycle, and, you know, it had been like months ago or maybe weeks before November. And then maybe it just happened that somehow in the month of November that you all had, you know, come to the realization and understanding that, you know, this was for your own good and that this is only to bring better things into your life. Maybe, you know, you just had to change your mindset here. Okay. But we also, there were like 5 cards that just flew out. So we also have the 3 of Wands here. So we've got fire energy. So it looks like, you know, either for some of you, it's something significant will be happening upcoming in the month of November, you know, something in the future here. But it is also possible that with this 10 of Swords that happened, which could have happened either in November or, like I said, even, you know, prior to November, that, you know, you're just accepting more maybe in the month of November and moving forward. This is, you know, a card of looking toward the future. Okay. And Spirit wants you to know with the Sun that the future looks very bright for you. Okay. It is full of celebration, fun, enjoyment, and it's also full of, you know, material things. And when, you know, I think when Spirit is saying material things, it's more about the things that are necessary, the things that, and the things that you have been manifesting. Okay. So if you've been manifesting financial abundance, then that will be part of it. Okay. If you're manifesting a new home, then that would be part of it. Okay. So definitely, you know, you will be reaping the good karma that you all have been deserving of. Okay, so Leo energy there with the Sun. All right, and on the bottom of the deck, unfortunately, we've got the Devil, which the Devil is not always a completely negative card. This card, basically, it could just be about fear even, or a negative mindset. So if any of you are still holding on to maybe a negative mindset, maybe some of you are still holding on to a fear that you have about the future, Spirit is wanting you to let that go. And be rest assured that you will have, you know, a time coming up of celebration, fun, excitement, and all the material things that, you know, that you've been asking for. Okay. Excuse me. Spirit, what can you tell us about this older woman? What does this older woman have to do with anything here? Okay. We've got the 2 of Swords. So air energy. All right. Let's see. What else can you tell us? I'm not really feeling a whole lot from that 2 of Swords. I have something I'm feeling, but I'm not sure here. I just want to find out. Okay, we've got the 2 of Pentacles. So a lot of 2s here, a lot of decisions that need to be made. 2s are usually about decisions, planning. And then we've got the 9 of Wands. So it looks to me like there might be something going on here. There might be an older woman entering your life, or one that's already in your life, who might offer you something here. You know, it might be something where you're going to need to decide like how to, you know, how to incorporate it into your life, or how to, you know, make it fit into your life with the 2 of Pentacles. And, you know, the thing is, it could be because of wounding, you know, and having your boundaries up here with the 9 of Wands. That might be why it might be a difficult decision to make. Okay. But there's definitely a decision that will have to be made with the 2 of Swords. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Page of Cups here. So it might be a small offering of some sort, emotional offering. It could be an apology if you know who this person is, but just a heads up on that. Okay. Take care, everyone.